Okay, so it's telling me what it's going to search. And I just tell it proceed. It's going to take a minute. Yeah, like, man, I got so many little tools that that's my bad habit is I get these ideas and I just like, oh, I got to make that right now. And then I just kind of, the other ones kind of fall behind. But really, I honestly, so all of this as well, just so everyone knows, if you scroll to the bottom of any page here, you're going to see a GitHub. Let me open this real quick, where it has all the code. And you can copy all of this, copy bits and pieces if you want. So I wanted to make sure it was available for everyone because, you know, I would love to see, and just like that, you know, it comes up and it gives you a full summary of, you know, the top holders, how they compare with everything. I basically made this because I wanted to see how many holders of one token held another token. And yeah, so I thought that was kind of cool.
I got a script for that. Me and I don't know if you heard of the downloadable data repo. Let me see if I can find it real quick. It's a project
I haven't heard of that.
Yeah, let me pull this.
Yeah.
Just to show you, because I think that's one of the scripts that came up. I'll put this in the chat in case anyone's interested. This is something I worked on in Crypto Kong also. Add some scripts in here, just basically like a bunch of different command line Python scripts for pulling different kinds of blockchain data. And let's see, get token holders, get token liquidity, get burn tokens, get common holding. Yeah, so it returns a list of common holdings for holders for a given token. So you can see what I think this one, if I remember correctly, you give it an address, and it'll tell you what other tokens also people who hold that token have. So I think that's what you were describing.
Yeah. No, that's exactly what it was. So I wanted to see if any of the top 50 or 100 holders of HEX, if any of them held super state. But
there you go.
I couldn't get it to do it, and I just got a new idea and ran with that. But yeah, if you guys want to see a little, one of the things I'm working on, I don't know if you can read that there.
Oh, debank. Are we getting banked again? Are we getting rebanked?
So that's another thing to think about. If you're getting into this and you want to mess around with it, it's great to take screenshots. Find a website that you like, take a screenshot of it, and share it with whatever you prompt the AI. And it does very well. Like the debank, I can't wait to show people that. I've gotten it. It works really well actually, and it's got some features that the bank doesn't even have. It doesn't have the follow stuff or anything like that. But
yeah, I never really cared for the social media part. I just wanted the cool transaction history and all that. Got a question from Carol here. When you ask for HEX utility, will it compare it across chains?
What do you mean?
I think that was when you were talking about one of the HEX demos.
Yeah,
I think that was in reference to like, will it compare Ethereum and PulseChain HEX when you ask it? Maybe one of those you were talking about HEX stuff with.
It might. I actually haven't tried, but if it doesn't, I could build it in, I'm sure. Because it's all data. I mean, once that data's in there, the AI can use it. That's Rebank. Dude, I was trying to think of a good name. That's great, man. I love it.
Yeah. There we go. We did it live. So fun.
But yeah, man, it's you know, this stuff, it's definitely made me positive. It's gotten me a lot more attention. It's made me happier. So anyone out there, if you're, you know, feeling down, which I know a lot of people are, I still see a lot of negativity in the comments and stuff. And it's not even negativity. I call it, it's emotions. It's best to put those emotions towards, put that energy towards something more productive for yourself. I mean, learning a skill like this, I got people asking me to build little websites now, little meme websites and stuff like that, and putting some stats on. And it's nice. Like all around, everything's just better. But yeah. Oh, Max, we got a guest. Hey.
Hey there. What can I help you with today?
Richard. Hey, thanks for calling, man. Hey, I got Max on the line here, and we're at the HEX conference right now. Sorry we missed you, but why don't you say hello to your audience and thank Max for putting this on? Can you do that?
Hey there. Absolutely. I can do that. Hello, everyone. It's fantastic to connect with you all, even if it's virtually. I'm absolutely thrilled to be a part of the HEX conference. A massive shout out to Max for putting this together. Your dedication to the HEX community is truly appreciated. I wish I could be there in person, but I'm sending my best wishes and hoping you all have a great time. Keep spreading the word about HEX.
Wow.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you,
awesome.
Richard.
Thank you, Richard.
That was not Richard, everyone. That was horrible AI.
I don't want to get.
You're gonna get a bunch of tweets like, Max is faking Richard there. What's going on?
It's AI. What is real anymore? No, that was awesome. Like I like you can talk to different stuff on AI and the voice stuff and all that too. So you never know, Richard.
Let me ask you this: what do you think about a call center?
1-800-GET-RICH. Yeah. Call 1-800-GET-RICH. That'll be. I talked about this the other day where it's on the mega marketing stuff. Why he talked about call center stuff. Could that be a part of it? Could it be, you go to PulseChain.com, you go to Liberty Swap, whatever, but also just call this number and someone will be there to help you figure out how to do crypto. Yeah. I can totally see that. Right.
Yeah. I set something up, man. And I made a video and I sent it and I tagged Richard like, hey, you don't think that it's this advanced yet, but it is. It is.
Yeah, because that was one of the things that we were talking about too was who's going to man it? Are we going to have a community? All that. I mean, AI. It seems like a job for AI to me. So if nothing else, maybe what do you call it? Like level 1 support or whatever. Maybe if they can't, it's like the AI will help you unless you need a human, and then you dial a human, and then some HEX community member answers the phone. It routes it to like their number, and they answer it, and they're like, oh, cool, I can help you. So that'd be pretty cool.
So one thing I'll say, I know we're wrapping up here, but so if anyone's interested in that, it's 11 labs. You can, do your own thing, worry about making the voice, do your own research. But yeah, so 11 labs actually has the conversational AI where you can, like you said, the level 1 support. And what I was looking at today, I was kind of learning about what's called a MPC server MPC server. Mm-hmm. And Morales, for instance, they have it where you can, it's almost like what I was making with the AI blockchain analyzer, where you can literally just ask it natural language questions like you would ChatGPT or whatever, and it will answer them based off the information on the blockchain. You can ask it anything. What's cool is 11 Labs just came out with support for custom MCP servers. So I'm thinking I got to hook up Morales to that so you can freaking ask AI. You can actually talk to the AI and ask it questions about anything. I mean, you can ask it's endless. Yeah. You can ask how many holders. Of course, that would be kind of silly. You can just go and see that. But
in the future, we'll call a number. In the future, we'll call a number and ask how many HEX holders there are today.
Yeah.
It does sound cool. I mean, I'm sure there'll be more, versions that'll be, people actually use and stuff. But that would be, if I call a number and ask how many HEX holders there were, I'd probably call it at least one time.
That's what I'm saying. And you can give it a number. I mean, how advanced would that be? That's what I would love to see this chain go towards being technically ahead. And I know people aren't about the tech, but I promise you, I was in the BSC days, back in 2013, I got into crypto. BSC blew up a good portion of it. Obviously, besides them putting a lot of money into it, was tax tokens. That was the new craze. Nobody else had tax tokens. So they went over to BSC, and that was the new thing. Of course, a bunch of people got wrecked, unfortunately, but tech matters. All right, guys? Tech matters.
Where's fast performance? Yeah,
fast
where's
in the
fast
chat.
everyone? I'm waiting for the comment. I'm in it for the tech. I haven't seen it
Yeah,
yet. I'm sure
that's all I
he'll
need
come
to
back.
see.
He'll come back.
But,
All right, Kyle.
Yeah,
Awesome.
what do you think, man?
A lot of great apps there. I mean, again, I think it's really inspiring for people to go and just build stuff. Again, you don't need to be a dev. You can go build Hex stuff, PulseChain stuff, whatever you want. Go build it. Go vibe it. Go vibe it. Vibes are good. Vibe good, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for building all this stuff. It's really cool just to show people, again, without a dev experience, what they can do, and hopefully we'll see many more really cool apps in the ecosystem.
Yeah, man. Thank you for having me on, and appreciate all the support from everyone out there. I'll just keep building cool stuff, and that kind of works, and see where it goes.
Awesome. Well, thank you for building on this chain and Hex stuff and all that. And I'll see you later.
All right, man. Thank you.
All right. That was pretty cool. Hex AI. I like Hex and the AI. And now we're getting into the 10,000X panel. First 10,000X panel, I think, ever. We're going to bring back 10,000X. It's going to be good. Going to be good. All right. For the panel, it's going to be me, at least part of the time. Extra PulseX is back. Joyful Danish is here. And Kong was here. I don't know where he's at now, but he'll be back. Welcome, gents. We'll get it started.
Thank you. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah. Can hear you. Can you see it? Can you see me? Can you see my hat?
A little bit.
Good.
Make Hex great again.
Yes. Make Hex 10,000X again.
No.
Yeah, I need that hat.
Yeah, we all need that.
Yes. Make
Hex
Hex
blurred out in the
again.
Hex. Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
The whole theme going on. Yeah.
Yeah. I've got the Hex shirt. I got the not trying to be a thousandaire. Also my favorite Hex shirt. Yeah. Not trying
what
to be
is this? I'm not trying to
be a thousandaire. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Nice.
Yeah. Millionaires above only, right? One of my favorite ones. But guys, why does nobody believe in 10,000X anymore? I feel like I'm the why are people embarrassed to even mention that Hex, could do another 10,000X? It's like everyone's just like, oh, I'd be happy with a 10X, I'd be happy with a 100X, whatever. I'm like, this is a community of 10,000X. That was a rally call for a long time. Why is nobody up for that anymore?
Well, I mean, it's probably just recency bias. Ethereum really didn't have the cycle a lot of people thought it would. And so therefore, I think a lot of altcoins suffered that. And, we're still in our infancy stage as a chain. And so I think when there isn't a lot of volume happening in crypto already, it doesn't really benefit us. So, people were just kind of getting sick and tired of waiting. I think that's the name of the game, though, when you're in cryptocurrency. I mean, I think we're very fortunate to be in the position that we're in today. Imagine Bitcoiners. You have nothing to base anything off of. You just had to hold it, right? Ethereum, you might had Bitcoin to go off of, look at what Bitcoin did. But then after that, it's very slim pickings after that. And so I just think that, a lot of people were just focused in on what Bitcoin was doing because Bitcoin was rolling and moving. And, I look at it as a fortunate part, but a lot of people would say, well, unfortunately, we didn't have the type of gains that we expected to have earlier on. And I just say that's even more bullish for when time comes, when it's time to, introduce green candles into this ecosystem.
Right. I think it's also because that psychologically, it's been a long time, this journey, I think if you haven't really got a taste of the bull market last time, but entered pretty much at the end of the party last time, and now just pretty much only experienced the long haul that it has been so far, with Hex just being down, it can be hard maybe to actually get the optimism of okay, there's still something here, because when you look at how much endurance this community had to go through, and still here, and Max is still doing all this content, I can be curious sometimes to ask what makes you drive, still continue pushing through, you know?
I don't give up
Because
easy. I don't give up easy.
yeah, would you
Uh,
say like one in particular thing, if you just had to highlight something that kind of makes you going still?
I think, I don't know. It's like, to me, I want to win and I want this place to win. I think the ideals I've talked about, I'm RH Maxi free as ideals, not necessarily the coins. The coins are a natural extension of it. But I feel like we should win. Like it's like I don't know, like a destiny thing. I don't know how to describe it. It's like, no, I don't care what happens. I don't care what we have to go through. I don't care what the market looks like. This product, Richard, I think it's good that he wins because of all the things you talked about, longevity and doing force for good in the world, all the stuff I've talked about. But it's, for me, it's like, I just want to win. And I know that you have to go through all the mud to get to the other side. So like, to me, all the stuff, all the FUD and all the things have happened. We keep getting wins now. Before it kind of was much harder to do, but now it's like easier. I feel like it's like, this is the momentum. This is the shift. This is the mega marketing coming out. This is all the stuff that I've been looking forward to. And even streaming during the entire bear, I get to stream during the euphoria, hopefully again soon too. So I don't know. It's like, why not? What better thing is there to do? I'm not going to sit here and complain and quit. That's just not me. So I want to see this place win. I want to win, and I don't know. It's just I don't even think about it. I don't. It's some days are hard. Oh, this happened, that happened, all that stuff. But it's like, I don't know. I want to all of it to add up to something, right? I want it to all add up to something amazing. And this is the place where amazing things happen. So if you want to do something amazing, that's what I want to do. I want to see this place have glory. I'm doing what I can to do that. So, yeah, that's a satisfying answer.
Yeah, no, I'm just curious, because were you at back then when there was all these crazy all-time highs every day, and it was just
Yeah,
you
it
were
was.
there.
So I didn't start interacting with the community till 2022. So, but I've been following Richard since 2017. I was like kind of watching, looking at the streams, all that stuff during the time. So yeah, definitely. I mean, when I was day one HEX and CFD token before HEX and all that stuff too. But I didn't start actually interacting with the community till like I think early 2022, even on X and stuff too. So I've seen it from the sidelines. I guess you would say the first half of HEX, I kind of watched from the sidelines. Oh, this is cool. Oh, Richard's doing really well. Oh, my HEX token's awesome. The staking's awesome. All this stuff. And then I started, okay, well, I want to make a contribution. Like Rich, what was the quote I used to talk about? Like, why did I start streaming? It was, maybe at one of the HEX conferences or something. Richard was like, people always ask him, right? Like, what can we do? What can we do to make an impact? What can we do to, help the ecosystem? And I think one of the things he said was just like, go build something, go do something, go, whatever it is. And, you do the work. That's like one of my favorite quotes of all time. And I really take that to heart. And it's like, okay, if I do the work, I put in the work and I'm able to help people and, come at it from the angle that I want to and the way that I want to do it, which is, unique versus a lot of things, no monetization, all that stuff, blah, blah, blah. And then at the end of it, we all win. Well, let's go, man. That sounds like a very cool adventure. And it's like, we haven't won yet. So that's why we got to keep going. But speaking of the Senzo's next too, and Kong's back. Yeah.
I made it back. Joined a little late, but I made it. So
it's all right. You're just in time for the greatest chart on earth. At least the first half was pretty amazing. People don't know this site's still up, hexchart.com. And it is the EHEX chart, the historical version. And why does it not go up to, where's the 55 cents? Maybe it doesn't have that, but just to show people just an idea too of like a 10,000x. Very, very simplistic view. It was down here and then it went up here. Went up a lot. Went up bigly. So this happened before. We had a HEX 10,000x. If I go to HEX daily stats, if I can sort by, let's see, can I sort by the price change, price USD? What was the price? Was it price change? Which one of these where I can see, let's see, columns? I just want to see multiplier from all-time low. Yeah, let's do that. Multiplier. And then if I click this, will it do descending? Shoot, I did this before. Or, yeah, ROI multiplier from all-time low. We're not clicking this correctly. It should sort, shouldn't it? No? Anybody got a better 10,000x chart? Oh, Ethereum. Maybe this one. Okay, here we go. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. I was on the PulseChain one. So, yeah, this is, I mean, again, there's the wicks up to like 55 cents or whatever. But even here, you can see that this stuff really happened. Like there was a, even historical record-wise on some of these sites, you can see 8,559x on, that was 248 cents again. The story is that wicked higher to 55 cents or so, which got the 10,000x. But that happened 4 years ago, almost 4 years ago, 3 years ago.
Yeah, 2001, right? The summer.
2021, yeah. September 18th, 2021, according to this one. Day 656.
But I remember just the whole summer was like very euphoric. It was kind of crazy. Especially if you haven't experienced it before as well, that this was kind of your first bull run, then it was very special. So I can kind of see that if you haven't got that taste yet, and you first came in when it started to become winter, bear market season, and now we're first starting to slowly see, things starting to turn. Then of course that's going to affect your mindset, and is this even going to recover at all, or is it just a ghost chain, and all this stuff, because this is going to create an emotional toll on you, and if you then don't have any memories to kind of can give a contra evidence that this can be good, it was good, and this is just a phase,
Amazing. Yeah, I think to PulseX, the 10,000x from all-time low would be around 9 cents. And to HEX on Ethereum, of course, it's around 55 cents or so. And then HEX on PulseChain, I think it's a little bit higher from all-time low. It'd be around $35, somewhere through there. I like 36.90. I like Extra mentioned that earlier. I like 36.90 as a fun 10,000x mark for HEX on PulseChain. But,
yeah, I really wouldn't put it past the community and or a benevolent person who wanted to see those numbers actually manifest.
So I think that's why not? I don't understand like what the negative sentiment is. It's like everyone, I know market cap doesn't matter. I know like people have their ideals and stuff on that too. But in general, like we did it again. We did it before. Why can't we do it again? When we have so much more exposure, so much bigger ecosystem, which you can say, oh, there's some downsides to that because splitting buying pressure and liquidity and all that stuff too. I would think that a lot of the people in the community, a lot of people who want the price to go up, a lot of the people doing the liquidity, you could say even the OA, all that stuff, there's probably ways I imagine they thought of to make that a little bit easier to do. And also when we start onboarding people, the FOMO is real. This is like my third cycle. I've experienced FOMO twice so far. As far as bull runs go, and I hope to experience it very soon again. There isn't a lot of rationality to these things. The prices can go way higher than you think. And it's just those types of amazing things. Like we got to channel that energy again. Like, yeah.
We sell ourselves like really short, no pun intended, when it comes to like what kind of a product market fit do we have as a whole. You have HEX, you have PulseX, you have PulseChain, you have INC to a degree if the reward. So if you're speculating hard on the reward token, which I personally am, but not everyone does. I think before it was a lot easier to rally behind one coin and sort of just have this whole community kind of just like rally around that. And then now it's split up between now it's just not, EHEX. Now it's a whole nother HEX. And now it's, the whole network of PulseChain and PulseX. So I think it's just a little bit more scattered out now, but ultimately I think, with what this chain can do mathematically, I do think there's a lot of smart people sidelined, and I think they're kind of just waiting to see what the next move is with the marketing, to be honest with you. I really think that we do have eyes on us. Maybe it's not highlighted. Maybe, like we're obviously not really mainstream or anything like that, but make no mistake, the immutable code is the immutable code. Like, people are smart enough to read it, what it does, the level of injecting liquidity, how much does the price move up, stuff like that. Like all of those things, I think we're not thinking too in depthly on, and we're just looking at like the immediate chart, like right now. And I think if we, when in doubt, zoom out, I'm very bullish on the whole entire ecosystem, but especially, HEX being that catalyst that, who knows, maybe it makes EHEX's run up look like chump change, like who knows, like maybe this HEX on PulseChain does a 14,000x like Ethereum did its first cycle. Who knows?
I think another thing is too, Richard, and it might not be the most objective or data point or looking at the Uniswap AMMs or anything like that, which we've done a lot in the past. But I think a key point of like why HEX and PulseChain and all these things could go up is, I think, even partially to do with Richard and kind of what he's striving for in terms of what he said with Glory. I don't think he seems like he's the type of guy to be kind of happy or just well suited with kind of a down forever chart and everything like that. And I think he will do what it takes, whether or not it's him or whatever it is. Like I think he will do whatever it takes to make sure his products are successful, and they, especially I think he wants them to have an excellent chart. So I think that was one of the main driving points, even with EHEX when it was just on Ethereum. So,
and we just got a retweet from Richard. Appreciate that, Richard. That's why the viewers just doubled or more. So pretty cool. Welcome if you just joined. We're just talking about the 10,000x and how we're still going to be rich or much richer, happy or much happier. Not that there's a correlation between the two, but boy, it is easier. Was the phrase, it's better to drive better to drive a Mercedes, rich or not poor. Somebody's happier. One of them are happier in the car. I forget how it goes. But Daniel, Joyful Danish, what are we going to do? Where are all the people in the chat if they get extremely rich from HEX? What are they going to do? How are they going to handle it?
Yeah, it's a good question, an important question, right? Because I mean, I actually mapped out with different people and clients and so on. I've got the past few years. Like, there is definitely things to be aware of. That is like, there's one thing is in the bear market, and the other thing is the bull market, and there's stress signs showing differently in both cases. And if we look at just one of the things when it comes to a bull market, is definitely actually this sudden wealth syndrome that some of you maybe already have heard before. So besides many of the other things that maybe you're already starting to have experienced a little bit, like the greedy or overly optimistic or envy or sadness or fear or FOMO or loneliness, it can be so many things. But let's just take the sudden wealth syndrome. It's kind of the more interesting and more exciting one, of course, because that means it finally happens. Okay, the 10,000x, whatever, the big thing, the big number suddenly hit. But what is actually shown when you look into some of the studies, maybe some of you guys already heard it before. Have you heard when people win the lottery, what does usually happens within 5 to 7 years? They tend to lose all the money because they increase the life quality, the lifestyle, but they don't really manage the money. They didn't prepare for it mentally. So we'll come back to that a little bit later. And suddenly, at some point, the money is going to be gone. But they haven't decreased their lifestyle then. So now they're actually going to borrow money. So they end up often, unfortunately, a lot of these cases where they actually suddenly get a lot of money out of the blue, they end up in debt. They end up losing the money and they end up in debt. So one of the things, because of course that was a little bit more the the downside of like, okay, so it happens, but we're just going to lose it all again. Well, we can prepare for that, we can do something. And of course, this is just going to be a little bit in an overview of one of the things that could be idea to think about and consider. is, of course, to actually adjust to this, mentally prepare, like, okay, maybe you already done this, some moon math about, okay, so I have so many HEX, or I have so many ink or pulse or whatever. If it actually going to reach potentially this price, okay, then I have so much. What would I actually going to do then? When it comes, for example, back to some of the lottery examples, there are certain lottery advisors, and some of them, I remember I saw some documentaries about it. They will often actually recommend people to not change their habits too much and not buy too many crazy new things. Maybe one or few big things, but still keep a lot of the stuff that you already have. So in order to make this transition a little bit more digestible, also for your mind, because otherwise this dopamine, like, oh, you can go you can go shopping all over, and you can travel, and you can screw all your old social circle. You can just
Complimental
have,
green Lambo. Let's go.
yeah, exactly, and go to Hawaii. And there was this what I remember one of the cases I saw was this he was a trash man. Oh, but if you don't know how to manage money, you will end up losing it regardless how much you have. Best investment is education. Exactly, David Morales. So that's why I'm saying that the awareness and the preparation about these topics is very essential, and this takes time. So some of the things that you actually could do is actually starting to mentally visualize, okay, but also looking at the numbers. If this is going to be reached at some point, how are you going to manage it? Of course, you can have people to help you. You can start to create an advisory team. Again, you can play with the AI, for example, give it a role as an attorney, an accountant, a financial planner, just to get some ideas, of course. Take it loosely, don't take it 100% seriously, what AI says, but it will give you some kind of idea what you maybe should consider when you come to that point. What could be a less stressful strategy to set up beforehand? And you have to start in your mind, just as David Morales just suggested. So that will definitely be one thing to consider. Yeah, a big thing.
Yeah. There's a lot to it. I mean, hopefully these are, again, all good problems to have, but definitely don't want to get a 10,000x and just be like, yeah, I don't know what to do now. Let me just party for a couple months and lose it.
Well, that's why you have your HEX stakes, right? You have something that you can have the immediate gratification and then have delayed gratification at the same time. You can have stakes, you can have it liquid, however you want. I mean, it's you managing your finances, which is the primary thing of what is going to ultimately attract new users. Is that you get to take back your financial sovereignty in a way, and at the same time enjoying basically a Nobel Prize like award winning product like a time deposit like HEX. Like imagine in 4 years how much it's going to take for 10 T shares. That's what I always think about, and that's what makes me hungry to keep accumulating.
Right.
T-share is good.
So that's another good point. Thinking much more long term. A lot of these cases, if you look into it again, many of these lottery winners, because again, it's very relatable for many people. They have heard stories about this. They're usually not very long term thinking. Suddenly, they hit their dream, but they didn't prepare for it, and now they're spending it all as fast as they can. But again, as you say, with the ladder, the HEX staking ladder. Again, if you mentally play these games of like, okay, what would I actually like to do with this money? Also a little bit more long term. Do I have certain visions? Do I have certain dreams that it will take years to actually create, but I would like the process as well? Instead of like what you said, Max, like, okay, I have the Lambo, but then that's it. And I go to some parties, but that can get tired at some point as well. Everything can be normalized at some point. Well, this is my day now. There needs to be some kind of purpose into your life still. So that's the other thing that's kind of key.
Kong in 60 seconds or less. What's the road to 10,000x? What do we need to do here?
It's a good question. I mean, I would refer to pampy.app. Can I share my screen real fast?
Go for it, yeah.
All right.
Pamp it up. Pampy.
Yeah, I think this is one of the community-made moon math calculators we have here on PulseChain. I did a few simulations here. I think this one's just with, I'm saying just with, but the SAC reserve's currently $750 million. And if we injected 186, you get a 6,000x. We'll see what it takes to get a 10,000x out of this. But I think with some of the liquidity reduction we've had recently, it might not take as much. And typed in the wrong number there, but we'll run it up here. So yeah, about maybe $230 to $250 million. I mean, 269 gets you a 12,000x. So that's even over the target there. So
can I get a konnichiwa for a 12,000x?
Konnichiwa!
Never gets old. Never gets old. Shout out to Triple Dad. Send me another video too. I gotta check it out. Gents, excellent job. 10,000x. Don't give up. I mean, give up if you want. I'm not giving up on 10,000x. I think it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, sell it. I'll buy it.
There you go. There you go. So sell the 9,000x and get the 10,000. Oh, that would be very many gains. But maybe buy low and sell high. I've heard that. I'm not getting any financial advice, but I've heard that works well from time to time. That's all I know. All right, gents. Awesome panel. Security panel up next. They're biting. They're itching to get in. Thank you, gents, and see you later.
Thanks, Max. Have a good one.
yeah, thank
See
you
you guys.
Bye.
It always happens. I can never click the buttons right. It always happens. It's gonna happen again. 10,000x and 10,001x. Ooh, I like that. There you go. Very cool. All right, I got a stacked panel today. I gotta do it. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna do the video after this because I gotta. Once you get 5 minutes off track, it's just everything just f's up. It's fine. Got a stack panel today. Security panel. They're gonna come here and tell you how to not get robbed, virtually, maybe otherwise. First up, Papa Boner, Jaxa.
I'm itching to get in.
Hey guys.
Very good. That's what I was looking for. And
hey everybody.
I cannot pronounce your. Welcome. I cannot pronounce. Big Pack some Tom. Please pronounce your name, sir. If you can hear me. B Pack Das Bomb.
Hello. BPK Das Bomb.
That rolls off the tongue, doesn't it?
BPK Das Bomb. Okay, actually, I can roll with that. BPK Das Bomb. Okay, I'll say that 10 times. I'll never forget.
It's BPK. It's Dust Bomb.
The BPK stands for Blood Pack. It's just my old gamer tag.
Nice. I've definitely seen you around for a while. I never can pronounce your name, so I'm glad I finally have you and Pesky Girl too. I think first time on the channel. Welcome, and I'm glad to be able to pronounce your name. Maybe if I remember. Yeah, it's pretty good name. Welcome, Pesky Girl, as well. All right, I've not sat down for a while. I'm gonna take a break. I'll be back in and out. You guys and girls do security stuff. 3, 2, 1, go.
Boom, security stuff.
Yeah, just
Do
before
we have a
kick
topic?
off, we don't, but I just wanted to congratulate you on your session you done yesterday, mate. You had a 10-minute slot, and that was awesome. You covered a lot of ground in that 10 minutes. So
Yeah, good job.
Thank you.
yeah. So sorry for reference. You done a security spot on the PulseChain conference yesterday. Just I know you probably had a lot more you wanted to cover there as well. So hopefully we've got a bit more time here today. We can delve into some of that.
Yeah, we can talk about it. Sure. I actually uploaded this segment as well. If somebody wants to watch it, just this segment. It's on my Baum Crypto YouTube channel, just as a single file. So it's easy to find.
Mm-hmm.
Can I just preface this with a message and the way I've seen things over the last few years? And I want to see if you guys are seeing the same thing. I'm actually relieved. Then again, we're at the kind of at the base of what we think is the bull market. But have you guys seen kind of a trend lower than the last bull run in terms of DMs and, oh my gosh, I think I've been hacked, or I've lost all my goodies, or somebody sends you, hey, this guy just lost $1 million, right? I haven't seen any of that in like weeks. Things have been trending down. So I think, as I suspect, our community is really well educated because of all of your hard work. And I think that that's really a great thing that's unique to the HEX community, HEX and PulseChain communities. So my hat, although my wife would not like me to show you my bald head, is off to you. And I think what you do is important and you've got to keep it up. However, it seems like there's evidence that what you're doing here is actually working. So congratulations. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I would say what I've seen change is the threat vector. So last cycle, it was all about getting people to give up their seed words. And I don't know why, because that's the one thing that's drilled into you when you get into this space is don't reveal your seed words. But I think people get socially engineered where they get tricked into a panic state and give them up. And I think that's the thing, whether that particular attack got less effective as people got more switched on, I think that's probably happened. So now the more of the attack vector is getting people to go to phishing sites, which Dustbum covered yesterday, going to the phishing sites and getting them to do an approval that swipes their funds. So bit of education to go on how people navigate around and find sites. If you're coming in fresh to an ecosystem and you go, I want to bridge in, and you go to Google and go, how do I bridge? You're going to get all sorts of crap. So people need to improve the way they filter to find legitimate sources.
Actually, I want to offer a different perspective. What made me get into crypto was watching somebody get their wallet drained. And the only thing that survived the drain was the staked HEX, because the scammer didn't know how to see the staked HEX to know that it was in the wallet. And that for me was, oh my gosh, this is real. There is a way to do this safely. And I think I came in with the mindset, because I was so focused on safety, that I tried to learn safety before I really tried to learn about any coin. And if there is one piece of advice I could give to any new person coming in the market, please, please, please take time to learn about safety, about what you're investing in.
Amen. Das Mom?
Yeah, can I actually show some stuff? Can we? Is somebody managing?
Is it savory stuff or child?
No,
stuff?
it's like super spicy hot stuff. Always.
Oh,
yeah.
I
But
think we need.
If not, if there is no management, then I can just show it in my own frame, and then it's gonna be good. So just like smooth down here, and then we're gonna activate this guy here, and.
not to green screen shame you all, but isn't it great that we all got the memo to have the same green screen? Well done. Perfect.
If you drop it in the chat, I'll make a special adjustment for you on live on.
Yeah, okay. I can't, but okay.
I deleted the view. Okay, sorry, I need a moment.
Yeah, sorry. And then just wanted to add, while he's getting his technicals together, the trend that I'm seeing most is people are actually whacking themselves in their backups, mismanagement of the backups, mismanagement of the passphrase. I'm helping more people to settle that type of issue than anything else right now, which is good and bad. It means that you're missing a critical, thing that you have to remember in crypto. Don't make it too, arcane that you yourself get caught in your own trap. So make sure that your backups, and if you have a special recipe, how you've obfuscated all of your backups, that you have backed that recipe up as well. So don't trust your brain wallet. Don't make it so absolutely crazy that you can't figure it out yourself. And in terms of survivorship, make sure your loved ones have that recipe as well or can access it. Sorry, Dust Bomb, I was trying to give you a little bit of time to get that together. Did it not work out?
That's a really good point, by the way. Write shit down. Write it down. Have a little booklet. Just clean. Write everything down. All the stuff. How you got into your LP position. What wallet you use. What wallet addresses you have. What you lent or borrowed out to your friends. What transactions you have for taxes. And all this information. How to get back into your accounts. How to get into your ciphers, how to restore your backup, like all these stuff. If you organize and set everything up in advance, you will prepare yourself for a smooth ride down the road instead of being panicky or losing or just not being able to restore your stuff at some point. So, and you will be just more at ease, and you won't be able to be pestered by hackers who say, you're going to lose something, you're going to you have to do this, you have to type in your seed words here and there to restore, and this is where usually people mess up and then lose everything. And this is one example that I wanted to show. So here you go.
Just before you go into your example, what you just spoke about there. So when I'm wearing my security consultant hat in my day job, what I get people to prepare is something called an ICE document, so an in case of emergency document, and that has basically, I'll give you a brief rundown. It has your important team. So who are the important people that one of your loved ones may need to contact if something goes pear-shaped? So you might be awesome at doing hex stakes, but your loved one has no idea about it. Is there someone they can lean on to help them? So build out who should be taking control of the assets, who can help with the technical side of things. And then the rest of the document is what I call leaving a series of breadcrumbs so that people can get the pieces of information together that they need to be able to bring the right people and the right information together at the right time so that you can unlock the assets when you need to hand them over.
Find those Dragon Balls.
Well, and anytime you're trading, I'm going to pick on Tiger here for a second. We all probably have heard of Tiger, Crypto God. Anytime you're trading, your full attention needs to be on trading, because if you're in an elevator with a half-dressed woman and you accidentally send your funds to a contract address, you're not getting them back.
Which half was that?
You'd have to ask him. I'm not certain if it was top or bottom.
Okay. Very nice. May I also add, these are polypropylene paper booklets. They are very useful for flood resistance for your backups and your ciphers and everything that Dust Bomb was mentioning that you should back up, and Jex as well. This is a nice to have type of thing. These are really, really cheap. They're called surveyor books, and they come in this plastic type of paper. It looks just like paper. You use ferric type of alcohol-based pens on them, and they're very good for doing your Shamir sacred sharing and splitting up for disaster recovery as well. We can get into that offline. We don't have much time today, but Jexa, BPK Dust Bomb, I'm sure Pesky also knows how to lead you through how to do a proper Shamir secret sharing backup of your goodies. And then finally, if you want to go for fire resistance, which in this community, you laugh at that whole type of, belt and braces type of attitude to backups. However, I know of 4 house fires so far in our community, 4 house fires, and we are consulted by actually 2 ex-firemen in our community that agree, keep your stuff on those fender washers. That Dust Bomb actually created some template or some jigs, so you could actually pound your seeds into a fender washer stack. I don't know if you still sell them. Do you still sell them, Dust Bomb?
Yep, they're still available.
Excellent.
Basically,
there they are.
This is what they are, and I actually have. I actually have an update. I updated it just recently. So this is the type of backups that I prefer. This is for 24 seed words. If you have one word per washer. And this is the same backup for 24 words as well. So you can size them down to whatever you want.
Mm-hmm. And you can do so much with that. You can actually do your passphrase as well, which you also should be backing up in a separate geographic location. So, sorry, I was again buying you time. Did you have any other? There, the beautiful fender washer. You can collect all of this hardware at your local, brick and mortar store like a Lowe's or a Home Depot. There's no record of you doing anything to do with crypto when you do so as well. They're cheap. And again, if you're going to put a nut at the end of this bolt, make sure that it's a value lower in terms of the stainless steel, so that over time that bolt doesn't seize onto that nut, or vice versa, the nut onto the bolt.
Well, and I'm going to pick on Das here because he touched on a subject yesterday that I want to talk about, and it's the fake streams. One that I witnessed early on, I don't know if any of you guys caught the SpaceX fake, but what happened when SpaceX stopped streaming on YouTube and only started streaming their rocket launches on X, the scammers came in and created a channel on YouTube that everybody thought was SpaceX. And when the rocket went to launch and scrubbed, all of a sudden you had this thing saying Elon was giving you, I think it was 2 Bitcoin or 2 Ethereum for every one you sent him. And I mean, oh my goodness, you get on NASA spaceflight and they try really hard to keep the crypto separated. And I can't imagine how many of the space nerds, which I'm a space nerd, 100%, NASA spaceflight is what got me on YouTube and made me pay for premium the first time. So please, I love all my space nerds out there. But I can't imagine how much that got everybody. Luckily, I had somebody, locally, Johnny Chaos, to tell me, you're being an idiot. Don't do that, to stop me. But how many people didn't have somebody around to go, hey, knock it off?
And here is one of those examples. I didn't get to show it in the stream yesterday. I ran out of time. But this is basically from the Trump stream. So that's do I have it here?
Trump for HEX.
Yeah, so from this stream, the guy who who was on a fishing channel, they were fishing for other people to get their crypto. This leads to this website, and it's exactly what you were describing. So they have that 1 Bitcoin, get 2 Bitcoins back, and it's obviously a scam. So anytime all of this is fake, this is just like randomly generated. They lure you in and think there's actually transactions.
That's a pretty legit looking site if you don't know how.
Yeah, it looks nice. It has a nice setup. Yeah, but it's like all fake. And people who just don't know in advance, they think like, oh, is this like people get rich in crypto, right? This is how they get rich, right? And then they fall for this and they throw in their like, I don't know, 50K or so because they believe in this personality in Trump or in Elon Musk, in those record chips and so on, and they fall for it because they just don't know better. So the more you prepare yourself in advance, the more you learn about how the systems work, what security you should take care of advance before you even start the whole investing and trading part, then you're going to just be better off. And to get back to the initial question, in the very, very beginning, we talked about the websites that ask for your seed words, and I wanted to pinpoint this specific one. This one has been shared a lot in the community. They usually do it on Telegram, and they try to give technical support. And this looks like one of our community websites, but it's not. So what they do is they hunt for people who have tech issues. They pretend to be tech support. They say, oh, we are admins. We're going to help you. Please DM me, or they DM directly and hope that the guy is replying. So they hunt for you in your most vulnerable state where you think you lost something, you have a stuck transaction, you have like $1,000 or $10,000 on the bridge, and you think that it's not validating or whatever. and then they have all these options here that are fake options. They don't do anything actually. So if you click on them, that's all the same. See, even though they are supposed to be fixing your transaction, clearing a pending transaction, like wallet error, clear wallet error, like, hey, magical button, clear all the things. It sounds too true to be good, right? But people in their fear state, they just go onto the websites and think they're gonna achieve something and remove their issue. And what ends up happening is they go to this website. It's like looking like it's gonna do something. All these buttons, they are all the same. Most people click on MetaMask because that's what people use. Stop using MetaMask. It's a super bad software.
Yep.
But you're being very polite then.
Yeah. And then it just keeps loading and loading. And then at the very end, the only option you really have where it's trying to drive you to is connect manually. And then look, it's asking you for your seed words. And this is where at this moment you should think to yourself, like Papa B always likes to say, never type your seed words into your keyboard and your passphrase as well. So yeah, this is the worst thing. Up until this moment, you are safe, by the way, so you don't need to be that scared. But if you enter your seed words and press this connect, this is actually sending the seed words to the hacker. After this, it's usually gone within a few seconds because they have it automated wallet drainer set up. The seed phrases automatically read out. The bot is swooping through the address, clearing everything on all networks, and sending it to the hacker's address. Yeah.
Just on, you just made you made a comment about up until what point you're safe, and so generally, now I'm not saying you do this, but if you do inadvertently connect your wallet to a site like that as well, generally, unless you sign some sort of transaction, you haven't done any harm. The moment in time when you start actually signing transactions, that's when you've got issues. If you're using, say, MetaMask or Rabby or Internet Money or whatever wallet it is, a software wallet where you generate your seeds on the computer and you sign instantly. So when a transaction pops up and says approve, it's like driving without a seatbelt because you don't have that extra moment to actually think before you press the approve button on your hardware wallet. So when you're using a hardware wallet, you've got to press approve on the Web3 wallet, Rabby or whatever it is. And then you've got to cycle through the transaction and usually do at least 2 or 3 presses on your hardware wallet. So it's just that mental, that space to have a mental check and go, okay, is this really what I want to do? Sometimes when I'm using a test wallet, it's very easy to just click on something and go, oh shit.
Yeah, and using a robust passphrase too, Jexa. Using a robust passphrase on the hardware wallet will give you more than just that instant of considering things. You're typing it in painstakingly. If it's on the actual hardware wallet itself, it's even more difficult. You're really committed to doing this. It gives you all that time to think, is this trip really necessary, right? Is this really safe? Yeah. So yeah, it's another added bonus for using a hardware wallet. And by the way, if you are not using a hardware wallet now, I don't know what to freaking tell you. You got to be using a hardware wallet by this time with a passphrase. If you have liquid assets, start up a new hardware wallet. These things cost $50 now over at Trezor. You know, a Ledger as well. They have really low price SKUs. If you need any help, you know, you can reach out. I'm sure that any one of the 4 of us would be happy to simply lead you through it or direct you to videos that we've made in the past that will lead you through it. Jexa, you run a whole service that leads people from zero to hero in terms of security as well, correct?
Yeah. So I, in my day job, I wear a cap. So under the Bradshaw Knox brand, that's my website, bradshawknox.com. And yeah, that's got a whole series of videos. One in particular is like what I call crypto rapid start. And it's not about how you rush in and buy something. It's about how you set up a good security framework. And that sort of takes you through from how you set your computer up, how you harden a browser, right through to passphrases and where you can store them.
And if anybody
So that's
slides into the official Telegram for Internet Money Wallet and starts screaming, usually I respond quickly.
Hardware wallet is, Internet Money Wallet, or is probably it's got the native tokens already preloaded. The native chain is PulseChain. That's an added benefit. I do strongly urge you to use it in conjunction with your hardware wallet. So hardware, Internet Money Wallet would be the skin preferred for Trezor on the back end. I think that's a great combination. And sometimes when things hiccup, I have to flip around to other, browser-based wallets, but never using them in the raw, because there's something called a Mars stealer, and there's been many variations of this attack. You can pick it up from one of the sites that Das Bomb just went through as well. They may actually have it right there that actually goes to the seed store file locally on your machine, where your seeds have been stored automatically through generating this seed through the browser-based extension wallet. They collect that information and wait for you to type in your password. So it's a combination of a keylogger as well. It encapsulates that information, which decrypts the first seed store file that they collected, sends it back home, and then covers its trail on the way out. And you'll never know it until your goodies are gone. You'll say, but I did everything right. No, you didn't, because you trusted only a browser-based extension wallet, and that was the problem. So please don't. The passphrase is the thing that sets everything apart, and there's no answer to yet. We'll all keep our ears to the ground to find out if there is an exploit that someday breaks SHA-256 or SHA-512 is the pivot point, or passphrases are not effective anymore. That's not today. That's not this bull run. That's probably not the next 10 years. But if it is, you'll probably hear it from somebody in our community what the next best thing is going to be.
Yes. Oh, and I can tell you.
Pretty cool already.
And I can tell
Can I
you.
real quick talk about passphrases before we move on?
Yes.
Not only do you get this time delay for HEX, but you also most of the times you only get asked for the actual seed words. A lot of the hackers didn't catch on yet to the, I actually need a passphrase as well. And you can have multiple passphrases. So you can organize yourself into a system where you have spread out information, spread out addresses on multiple passphrases. And even if you somehow manage to get one of them compromised, all the other stuff is still safe. So you can, for example, have your cold storage on this one particular passphrase, and you never give that out. You never type it in. You never give it to somebody, maybe only on super rare occasions, and you have it tucked away in a different spot. So you place your crypto, and then you need to drive like 3 kilometers or 2.5 miles for everybody else to get to that destination, to even get to that money. So it's more secure, more safe, because there is an additional barrier that you need to overstep to get to that. If you just have your 12 or 24 seed words, like either on your software wallet or on your mobile phone, which is even worse, it immediately gets like swiped away. But if you have the passphrase on top of it, it's harder to get to. And just for everybody at home, here is what it would look like. So you have your 12 seed words. In this case, it can also be 24, 15, 33, whatever system you use. So usually you only generate this one single address derivation path. And this one is usually the no passphrase, but it's mnemonic is the passphrase. And then it generates wallet A1, A2, A3, and so on. It's endless wallets. But the moment that you type, that you change it to a passphrase of your own choosing, and it should be something that's more complicated than just Martha in this example, but it will generate a different path where it generates address B1, B2, B3. And so the hacker needs both the seed words and the passphrase to get to your wallets down here. And then you can have more passphrases, which also makes your backup easier, because now you have to set backup only one set of seed phrases and then a few additional
passphrases of your choosing, and they can be as long as you want. I think Ledger supports up to 50 and Trezor up to 100 or so for characters.
Opposite. It's okay.
Opposite?
Yeah.
There was the other round? Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And by the way, David Morales has a great point on the chat. He says, "Oh my God, don't mention crypto on the phone. Worst idea ever." And I entirely concur. I was in the secure handset business for a number of years, and I'll tell you, for the convenience that you think you get, there's a reason that the hardware wallet vendors don't support, truly support cell phones in terms of using your hardware wallet connected up with them. You've got the browser extension, you've got their like the Trezor Suite, for example, and you've got the hardware device, and you've got the actual Windows type of stuff or Linux as the backend when you talk about a PC. But on the phone, man, there are so many exploits for the chipset. There's so many exploits for the Android, even iOS, even the Apple Mac OS and Apple cell phone is riddled with holes and availability to exploit. Plus, you've got another dimension of having to work interoperability. So the hardware manufacturers have pretty much given up. They took responsibility for the desktops and laptops, but not on the phones. So please consider that. Use it in the comfort and safety of your own home always is what I would ask people to do. Onboarding, you would think, is a little bit more difficult. To hell with that. Retention is a lot more guaranteed. When you do onboard somebody, they're here for the long haul.
Do not Google for bridge links.
Do not, yeah.
Do not click on sponsored ads.
Oh, that was random.
Yeah, that's the most important thing I can think of at this moment. I talked about it. What's the PulseX conference? Yeah, I did 15 minutes. Security. Go ahead.
Have we got 5 minutes more, mate? Or
we do.
To get booted?
We got 5 to 8. Yeah.
Cool. All the talk about passphrases and seed words. I want to give a big shout out. I'm going to sound like a massive shill for Trezor, but they made a huge advancement in the way they allow you to manage your seed words with their latest 2 devices. So you don't have to go buy the flagship one. You can buy the lower cost model, and it still supports this. So rather than just have your normal 12 or 24 seed words, they allow you to set up something which Papa Bone has mentioned called Shamir, which is a little bit more complicated, but the security and the redundancy it gives you in how you protect your seeds is next level. Now, Ledger supports that as well, but the big change that Trezor made was you can start off with a basic type of seed word, it's 20 words, and you can expand that out and turn it into a more advanced Shamir as you're going, which is a really easy entry point for someone where you don't want to overwhelm them, but you want to get them into the space securely. So you can set them up on a basic one, and then you can roll them into the more advanced Shamir as they start to get a bit more comfortable, or the amount of funds they're trying to protect grows. I don't think there's any other wallet that does that at the moment. Is that correct?
That I know of, no.
Yeah. So it is a game changer. And yes, Trezor doesn't support every kind of coin out there, but use it as your primary storage. And then if you want to go get your other shit coins that only Ledger supports, fine, have at it. But just understand the security model is completely different.
Well, the only thing I think that Trezor doesn't support is XRP. So, man,
if you're playing with like
it supports EVM, that's enough.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's
right.
it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you've got to be on the fringes, like playing with Teo and things like that, where they're fringe ones that they're new and different kinds of chains. So yeah, you're going to have those odd things where you can't do that sort of stuff.
Great point.
That's part of the normal development, though. Like everything new and on the edge, it always starts out with software only. I mean, in Bitcoin, Bitcoin has also only had software wallets, and they generate it in the browser with everybody having access to it online. So it's like, and just like we just try to get away from it now because we just know better now and we have more options, right? And by the way, people were talking in the chat about the laptop, so offline, a crypto only laptop. that Bitcoiners originally, to get away and like simulate the hardware wallet, they had to use air-gapped crypto only laptops just to be able to generate cold storage wallets. Like, we don't have to do that nowadays anymore. We can just use the hardware wallets because it's easier. If you are knowledgeable enough, you can still go the old original route and say like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna unscrew my laptop and remove the Wi-Fi card and do it all by hand. But do you really want to learn that?
That's that security convenience thing. And if you make it too inconvenient, you won't use it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's a great point. I think it's easy, especially for people in security, to be like, no, you got to do all these things, and if you don't know about that, you're going to mess yourself up. If it's not simple enough and it's not frictionless enough, where people have to go out of their way to do it, they're just not going to do it. They're just going to be, nope, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to use hot wallet for everything. I'm going to do blah blah blah. That's another hard part of getting security for normal people, right? For sure.
Well, Max, it's been like this since the beginning of HEX, since the AA opened up. I was battling some people. There was a dude in there that said, it's too much friction. We're not going to get any onboards. Just put it in MetaMask. And I said, look, Richard's saying that this thing has the potential of going 10,000x, and you're staking. So that means that you're pegged to that seed. You can't take it off of that seed. It's generated locally. At best, you can triage that to a hardware wallet later on. Why not start off with a 24-word seed and a passphrase now? You'll be committed for 15 years, and you want to be able to transfer that from hardware wallet to hardware wallet as well. And if you don't think that $100 investment that you make today is going to 10,000x with conviction, then what the hell are you doing in crypto? So protect it as if it's going to 10,000x. Even if it doesn't, you should be protecting it as if it does, because for all of us from the beginning, we experience that stuff.
What the hex?
What the hex?
How to get a
Treat your $100 like it's worth $1 million now. Imagine it's the future. Aliens are real. The singularity happened.
I saw them.
Crypto went through the roof. PulseChain is $2, and you got compromised and hacked and lost all your money. Do you want to be in that position? No, you can't turn back time, but you can change your position now on that. You can take security seriously and have your 24 words and the passphrase right now today. Go get
it. I appreciate if you didn't FUD our bags for $2 hex. $2 hex is FUD. It's $5 hex. That's what I'm looking for. $5. Let's go. Every hex worth a $5. Imagine that. Every hex being worth a $5 bill.
Why so bearish?
Why so bearish indeed? I just want to drop this in here too. I don't know. DPK DOS Bomb. I went to your channel. Do you have any security playlists or PC
that's the wrong channel. That's my private channel. You have to
go
to Baum Crypto.
He's got Security Sunday. I've been watching him since yesterday.
Okay.
Check out Baum Crypto.
Baum Crypto. Just the way I think it's spelled.
Yeah, there it is.
There it is. Up top.
Okay.
The second.
Oh, gotcha.
You click on the channel.
Awesome.
And then
awesome.
There is if you click on videos, you have the pre-made videos. Yeah, you're already there. Click on videos.
Yep.
You have the pre-made videos, which is the laptop series and some bridge stuff and so on. And if you go on live, that's where the juice is. The details.
Squeeze the juice. Okay. All right.
And I'm very efficient. I put in a lot of information into those videos. They're usually like 1 hour long, but they're all with timestamps, and there's like 100 topics in one video. So I go through everything itsy bitsy, and most of the questions that you want answered about security, they're already answered in those videos.
Well done. I'm gonna have to watch the tangent one. Go ahead.
I just made it through episode 3. They're amazing, Das, and thank you for having that out there for all of us.
Yes. I've dropped the link in the chat. Of course, security playlist on the channel as well. Had Security Week a couple years ago. Feels like just yesterday. No, that was a long week. Covered a lot of stuff as well. But yeah, it's a crypto security playlist. All the stuff. Every time a security thing happens to somebody's got hacked. If I talk about it on live stream, I usually clip it and put it in here as well. So great. Got a lot of great security resources.
By the way, Das Baum also showed on his talk yesterday how even his channel
That's you.
can be spoofed and people can be led to the wrong place. So please double check exactly where you're going with DOS bomb stuff. Because as you get more popular out there, like he's got all these videos and access to all this good security stuff, make sure that you're going to the right site and that nobody leads you astray and wants to comment and drag you to a private room or something, especially when he's maybe not manning the Telegram chat or something like that. He's become kind of a spoofed person. So be careful. And in case you think that somebody's leading you through, it's also wise to get a second opinion. Reach out to somebody else. You know, somebody else that does security maybe on this panel or elsewhere.
If someone DMs you, you can ask them to DM you on another platform to see if they're a scammer or not. 2FA on platform, social media. Boom.
Interesting. That's good.
Right.
I
And
always
if anything feels wrong, back out.
Yep. I always ask for them to ask me to verify that I'm me, to show dick pic, and then I put up a picture of Richard Hart. Right, that's my favorite dick pic.
Tricky. There is a tricky.
Can you bring up? Can you please bring up that one comment from Tron22?
Tron22. There we go.
Yeah. I have my tokens in Ruby. In what other wallet can I put my seed words to recover those tokens? That's a horrible 2-hour session that I see coming up. Yeah, this question alone is all the wrong things. You need to look into security and how things work from the get-go. You need to understand how wallets work. You need to understand how wallet addresses generation works and so on, how RPC settings work. Please go onto my channel and look through the videos that we just linked, especially the very first video. It goes through the basics. You need to learn that so you understand what you're doing. The short answer for you is go get a hardware wallet and copy those seed words only into the hardware wallet. Stop using Ruby as your base wallet. Go get a Ledger or a Trezor. I don't care which one. And then you can start managing your tokens in there. And ideally you get 2, so you can get one that is not compromised yet, because your current seed words might already be compromised, and you need to transfer the or if you don't have any like hex stakes or anything like that yet, maybe you just transfer from your Ruby wallet onto your safe new hardware wallet seed words, so you can be good with that. But yeah, get the hardware wallet first and watch my first video on my channel. It's going to cover all your questions, which we cannot cover right now.
Before if you're going to set up a new hardware wallet, learn about passphrases first.
Yes.
Sorry.
It's in my video.
Yeah, it sounds like in the question too, just for people that are watching as well. It's something they're trying to go from one wallet to another, which it's all kinds of complexities there. But hardware wallets, hot wallets, learn all about it. We got a ton of content in the community. Hopefully make it as easy for you as possible. But
just to touch on this for any newbies watching, the tokens do not live in a wallet. They live in a blockchain. Your wallet is just the key ring that opens the lockbox that lets you play with your tokens.
And once you have your seed words on a hardware device, you can also just nilly-willy change your software wallet if you don't like it anymore. Because it's just the interface.
Nilly-willy? What? Nilly vanilly? What?
Maybe it's a German-only term. I don't know. I'm used to saying
we say willy-nilly.
Willy-nilly.
Yes.
He got it. All right. HEX security panel. Good job.
Thanks for having us on.
Thank you.
Of course.
Thank you, Max.
Stay safe.
Pleasure seeing everyone again.
Appreciate seeing you both first time as well.
Tune in for my sessions tomorrow on how much PulseChain is going to be worth and HEX is going to be worth tomorrow.
Bullish on
same time tomorrow.
Let's do that 10,000x overnight.
Oh, I've got better than that.
Did somebody say 10,000x?
HEX is not complete. Project not complete. They're not the same thing. Promise returns and go build something. How much X is Bitcoin up now? 1,000x over a penny. It was designed to replace fiat currency. Back to the 10,000x, smart fucker I am. Everyone else cries and whines like a little bitch. 1,000x over a penny. It was designed to replace fiat currency. Back to the 10,000x, smart fucker I am. Well, then it was fucking designed. 10,000x, it's impossible. How can he do that? Listen, you stupid fucks. Everything else is up higher. Bitcoin to 2 million x. $1,500 fucking dollars.
And we're live.
Hey, I was just listening to that.
All right.
I'm going to go. Goodbye, everyone.
Oh, you're listening? Okay.
See you later, Bill.
Do you want me to hang around? No, you don't.
Yeah, hang around, buddy. You like
to
HEX,
you.
right?
I've been known to like a hex or two. Yes.
If
You'll have me, am I bashing into your next thing?
No, everyone, this is a HEX panel. Everyone's free. I put in the chat. You're free to come on for the HEX panel at the end of each day. So yeah, you're welcome to stay if you want.
Well, right on. Thanks. I don't need a marriage anyway.
There we go. Cairo, how's it going? Getting hydrated.
Going great, Max. Going great. Now that we're here in the new studio, there's going to be a whole lot of new stuff coming from this channel. So all you guys out there that like the brutal hunt of all the bears, well, you're going to enjoy this channel a lot more. I'll tell you that.
It has grown. I've seen you like double in subscribers in the last few weeks, I think. So well done, man. Putting out content.
Thank you. Thank you.
Putting it out. Like your swag too, like the shirt and the necklace goes with it. I can find my necklace.
Yep. Gotta be dressed for the part tonight.
I haven't worn this thing in a long time. Let's see. There we go.
Oh, you got a gold one there, huh?
That is gold. That is 14 karat, 14 or 18. One of those, I believe. Yeah.
Is it Mr. RG3 going to be on there with us here?
Somebody's got to send him an email or send him a DM. I don't know. I sent him a link, but yeah.
I don't know if you can actually have two people with bandanas on the same stream.
Nope.
I think that's like crossing. That's like crossing the paths.
It's like two fedora. Yeah, two fedora is the same thing, right?
Yeah.
The idea it'd be the discount substitute RG3 here.
You gotta get Craggle in the voice and the lectures and the standing on the walls.
Crypto pirates.
Dilapidated Bitcoin. Yes, he's got some great assist. He's on his way. He says something about updating a computer. Maybe he's on his way.
All right.
Figuring out my technology.
He's imminent. Yeah. Anyone else, by the way, in the chat? I'll drop it in here. You guys talk about the HEX token and amazing stuff happening in the ecosystem. I'll be around. Take it away.
All right.
So what do you guys want to talk about? Cairo, you like starting things off. I like your monologues, buddy. What do you got?
Oh, thank you. Well, our recent pop right here has just been a demonstration of what we can do in a very short amount of time. We still are not going to have our great big pops that are consistently climbing like this upward step ladder that is going to mimic our previous bull run. We're not going to have that yet because we got a big hurdle to overcome. You guys know what the hurdle is right now? You know what's, I guess, so to speak, cock blocking the bull run?
You mean the greater bull run or our bull run?
Well, both, really, because it's all just dominoes. It's all just a line of dominoes. I mean, we need the first ones to fall before we can have our dominoes fall.
Interest rates,
absolutely. We have interest rates that are just way too high, and I say it all the time here, that 10-year treasury being over 4%, we're not going to have a bull run until that thing comes down. The good news is it will come down. The bad news is that the guy who's responsible for helping it bring it down really doesn't want to do it. And by that, I mean good old Jay Powell. He just doesn't want to get this thing moving along. And I know he has his reasons, but I'm curious, like, what do you guys think about this right here? Because I'll tell you, like, a lot of these people that I have the debates with, it seems like either they totally forgot or they just never knew what it was that caused these bull runs to begin with. And hey, welcome, Captain.
Hey, what's happening? I just got thrown in here, didn't I?
Yes,
Hello,
you
everybody.
did. Welcome.
Papa,
Hey.
what's happening?
All right.
So if we've had interest rates at the level we've had now through this entire run up of Bitcoin, Ethereum, and now we're starting to see alts take a step in the line. Why have we got to this level with the interest rates being what they are now?
Okay, good question. I mean, first, like, what is it that you think has caused Bitcoin and Ethereum to have the performance that they've had now? Do you think that that is the typical dominoes that fall during a bull market? Because I think these are all new dominoes that got started earlier, such as the ETFs, the institutional money flowing in, the government finally being nice to it. The typical dominoes that are falling in bull runs, like retail coming in, lots of exchange activity, all the shorts getting liquidated all at once, just this perfect chain reaction of positive events that usually go on. That really hasn't even started yet. Like, we just had a whole bunch of Ethereum longs get liquidated yesterday. There's a lot of shorts out there that are still yet to get eaten up. But when they do, that's where you can see things like, Ethereum add $1,000 to its price tag in one day, and then Bitcoin go from like 120 to 125, setting new highs with each with each big green candle day.
I had a cigar with a guy that's kitty corner from me, right over there, in Vegas, and he told me months ago, retail's not participating yet. This is institutional investors that are driving this market.
That's right.
And Tom Lee's making his land grab for Ethereum, which is proof positive again that institutional money is the only big thing that's driving up the price of Ethereum right now too. So that's new. That's new this time around. Back before Tom Lee was big on Bitcoin, he said Ethereum was going to do back at Fundstrat days. They were advising, but they weren't accumulating like this and giving Michael Saylor a run for his money on the Ethereum side. So what do you think of that type of momentum for Ethereum? Does it get priced out of where retail wants to get in? Are they going to have, number bias and they're not going to want to get a full Ethereum in the next bull?
Good question. Now, the thing with when it gets up to a price where only institutions can't afford it, if it does anything like it does in TradFi, that just means more institutions are going to pile in because it gets more attractive to them. Because you'll notice, whenever a company does what they call a reverse stock split, where they half the number of shares but double their price, that's because they only want institutions investing in them, and that makes it more attractive to institutions, knowing, well, we don't have a lot of retail noise in this, and there's no small investors. It's just us supposed smart money people investing in it. So if that becomes the case with Ethereum, where it just becomes an institutional asset only, that's not necessarily going to hurt Ethereum, and that's not going to make it unattractive to other kinds of buyers. It's just moving from one type of market to another, and it can still pump, and then that can still have the residual effect of it causing this branch out of you could call it trickle out wealth, where it's hitting now all the ERC20s that are leveraged positions on Ethereum, and then also the alternative chains that are leveraged positions on Ethereum, namely PulseChain.
Fascinating. So there is a direct if the tidal wave or tsunami is coming, then by that token, the first to get hit would be HEX before PHEX. Right. All right.
So what Johnny Chaos says, it's closest to the door. So because it's closest to the entrance, it gets hit first. And then comes the PulseChain hit, which we got all sorts of theories on how that's going to happen. Some people think that the Richard Hart debate with Eric Wall, where he said, well, what if Ethereum has a 40x and I sell some of those profits and dunk it into my coins? He didn't say it exactly like that, but he kind of said that. Some people think that's how it's going to start. Or other people are just going to think, well, there's just going to be way too much money sloshing around from the big round of money printing that's coming. It's going to be twice the amount of money printing that would happen last time. And that money just has to have somewhere to go. and there's just not going to be enough Ethereum to buy. There's not going to be enough Bitcoin to buy. You keep hearing about like the supply crunch or the shortages that are on exchanges and everything. The money has to go somewhere, so it's going to look into alternative chains. Like first it might go to Solana and pump that ecosystem up again. Then it might actually go to Cardano and make something happen there. And then maybe it goes to Sonic or these other chains that just aren't like very exchange easy, friendly, user friendly type things, the real degen stuff like the world we play in. And when they find out that, oh, hey, but there's a possibility that we already have tokens on this alternative chain that this guy that no one knows where he is. This guy founded. He's in a movie, wears a Gucci tracksuit, but man, he gave us free coins. You know, let's go claim those right here and just see if there's anything to this. That is going to also be another domino in our favor.
So some of those free coins worth $1,000.
Exactly. They're a lot more attractive now than they were when the announcement was made.
The PulseRap Bitcoin, that's gone through the roof.
That's
People
right.
got that for free over here.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
How many of those you have, Captain?
I don't talk about my bags.
They're heavy and low.
We've got a lot to digest here, you know, with what's going on, and I think that you know, you're hitting some good points with the institutions and what they're doing. If we've noticed, you know, I started talking about this a year ago when I started seeing big OTC moves on Bitcoin, and I was throwing up the red flags everywhere saying, hey, another OTC move. We got a brand new wallet that just sucked in $1 billion worth of Bitcoin. Doesn't that not alarm anybody? Like, people just don't move $1 billion worth of Bitcoin. So all of this stuff has been OTC, and that's why we've not seen retail. I think they've been keeping it so hush hush, so on the down low. Even the news hasn't sparked anything really major as far as retail goes. And we haven't seen retail FOMO in. It's just been all of these institutions, OTC, buying all of this Ethereum, all of this Bitcoin. And yeah, some of it has been catching up, obviously, with Bitcoin going up to 120K, you know, but it wasn't following the buys that was going on. It was all happening after. And with what you were talking about, the, you know, the TradFi world with the macroeconomics, with you know, them holding off on interest rate changes, you know, they're obviously on the Fed side looking at the future as far as, hey, if these tariffs, you know, cause more inflation and the money printing goes, then we could be in real big trouble at that point, you know. So I know that there's reasons why they're holding off. So to all of our dismay, of course, but there's a lot of stuff going on here that is just unknowns. But crypto is just so pulled back. The kinetic energy is so freaking tight right now. And you were talking about everything else being scarce. On top of that, HEX and HEX on both chains is extremely scarce. So it's following along with it. And so when this thing does finally, the bow does finally get released, that kinetic energy is going to send this thing to a different level. And I think that this time around is going to be about price action, because look at how HEX has been set up, where staking at this point almost doesn't matter to people because of the yield and where the yield's at. But everybody should be wary of that. There's a reason for it. And you just explained it. You just explained how the scarcity and what the market is looking like out there. And when this thing does move, it's going to move so fast in one direction and change the prices of everything. Everything is going to change drastically. Ethereum's going to change. These institutions aren't in this to lose. They didn't climb into this thing at this level to lose. They're going to win. They're going to make their money. So I think that these blue chips are going to freaking do some amazing, crazy shit. And of course, with that, our ecosystem is going to do some amazing, crazy shit. This is going to be a bull market of bull markets, in my opinion. This is going to change crypto. Everybody who's in now that are us plebs, that aren't institutions and all that, it's going to change your freaking lives. I mean, it's going to be, this is going to be the moment that the biggest transference of wealth actually happens in crypto, in my opinion.
Oh, definitely. I'm curious, what do you guys think of, like, what's caused retail to stay out so far? Like, I got my ideas here, but I'm curious what everybody else thinks. Why is retail not here yet?
There's no easy way in.
Okay.
They're not running around the playgrounds with Robinhood, all the 14-year-olds trading crypto right now. That's not happening.
Yeah, I would agree with
That's
that.
what was going on in the last bull market. Was everybody had Robinhood app. Everybody knew how to buy crypto, but they didn't know how to sell any of it. They didn't know how to get out. They just knew that they had to get in, and that was put the app on, boom, you're buying right there. And everybody had that, and that's why it mooned in the retail sector so hard, so fast, because they had an easy way in. And I don't think that really is existing or being marketed right now.
So I went to the movies yesterday with one of my triplets, right? We went and saw Godzilla. And he's actively trading on Robinhood. And he had bought Solana on Robinhood at $18. And Robinhood put an automated sell order on that somehow. And he called customer service and couldn't figure it out. But it sold his freaking Solana at like $50-something before it went to the 140. And he couldn't figure out why it happened. And nobody would tell him.
Hold on a second. You're telling me you got a triplet that's using Robinhood on his phone and he's buying Solana.
Correct.
Okay. So now I'll tell you, it's a good thing then, triplet dad, that you got two backups, because that one got to go.
Yeah. So I'm going to be doing some trips down south with vets and coming down to see RG3 in a week or so. But when I come back, I said, in about 2 weeks, boy, when I come home, we're going to go have dinner and we're going to go over a plan. I'm going to start trickling you some tokens from PulseChain and teaching you how to set this up. But yeah, we had that talk.
I've been doing it at this level for the last, I've been in crypto since, 14 and understood it before that, but it was 5 years now, almost 6 years, I have been going at this level in this ecosystem, and I still have onboards calling me about, what do I think about Solana? What do I think about this meme coin? What do I think about that? To this day, they're still doing it. Made a movie. I stream every week. I mean, they know who I am and what I do, but they still call and ask about those things. Because that's what they're hearing at lunchtime. That's what they're hearing when they go out and meet with their friends and family members and stuff elsewhere. That's what they're hearing. So it's, the narrative just doesn't go away.
And to answer your question, Cairo, on the other side, I think retail might be still a little spooked with this this parabolic move, right? They might think that they're a little late, right?
Okay. Anybody else got anything else to add to that? Because I want to show you why I think what's keeping retail out here. Anybody got anything else to say about it though?
Yeah, Grandpa won't freaking give me the keys, and he won't fucking die.
That's right. That's right. Like the large transfer from boomers to the next generation is delayed here from how resiliently long they are living here. But here's something that I think is really doing the trick here to us. I'm going to share my screen with y'all. I don't know if y'all have seen this here. This is from the Federal Reserve's blog that shows GDP growth by state. And you can see there's a lot of red on there. That means a lot of states actually experienced negative GDP growth in quarter one.
Can't see your screen. Can't see your screen, so can you use your hands?
Can't see it yet? Okay, hang on. Let me.
No.
Oh, wait, is this it? I think this works here, right over here.
Yeah, we're just going to get a quarter panel from you. So,
if Max is in the background, do you see Kairos sharing the screen, bud?
Here, let me get an image file. I'll just take a picture of this, and then I'll upload the picture.
Avatar.
Nice.
Or you could be like Richard Hart, and you could color copy it and let it flop all over the place while you're trying to show your stuff. That's always good.
Yeah.
Color copy it.
Mm-hmm. So while I'm uploading this here, what I want to say about this is basically it's saying that 39 out of practically 50 states are experiencing negative GDP growth. And when you got that going on, there's just means nobody has money. We're practically in a recession at that point, especially if the Q2 numbers come out in a few weeks here and show the exact same thing. And then, like, how can we expect anybody to be plowing money into crypto, which they still believe is incredibly risky, and expect to, hold on to it during like the volatile days, particularly like the past few days have been pretty volatile for our ecosystem and really the market in general. How can we really expect people to do that when it seems like the whole country, or at least a big chunk of it, is in a recession? I mean, when I look at this chart right here, it says 39 out of 50 states had a negative GDP, and the average GDP was a negative number across the board. And this is not from Market Watch. This is not from Zero Hedge. This is from the Federal Reserve's own blog. But I look at this as good news because you know how they're constantly saying, oh, we just have to wait and see and gather more data, which is really just JPOW speak for, I don't want to do nothing yet. Here's their own numbers here saying, hey, the economy's in trouble. Why are you not cutting? They're going to have to cut at some point. And maybe they'll delay it in another meeting, but the longer they delay it, the more powerful the effect is going to be of that cut.
Yeah. Is that data is right? 39. Oh, there it is. There's the graphic. Beautiful.
There you go.
39 states, 39 out of 50. Right. Gentlemen, I don't know, Cairo, if you're old enough to remember this. RG3 and Triplet Dad, you guys must remember about 11 years ago that it was floated in Congress by Pelosi that 401ks should automatically be turned into municipal bonds. This would have been a revolution. This would have been a civil war type of episode if that were the case. Could you imagine that all those people would be broke, their 401ks would be liquidated?
Yep. Which practically are already anyway.
Yeah, true. True.
Yeah. We keep
like the worst,
stepping over episodes that I think would turn into a civil war and just kind of going, that doesn't really matter. I would have thought we had been in 3 civil wars by now, but not the case.
Yeah, I got to tell you, like the worst states, there's a couple of them. About 5 states had a negative 6% on this chart. And then like the good states, like my state, Florida, well, it's good. It's not that good. It's only a positive 1.4.
Which is
then, like,
crap growth.
Yep. Most of the positive ones are actually, it's under 1%. It's a positive fraction of 1%. So even the good is not that great. So across the board, the growth was actually negative 0.64. So if we have another quarter like this, that's officially a recession. The good news is, though, by the time you hear that we were in a recession, we're probably already out of it because they come out of they report it 3 months late.
Yeah,
and even though
they're late on this one anyway, I think we really, those numbers right there are right at recession level.
Mm-hmm.
They are right.
So, like you said, we'd be out of it, and we'd be lowering the interest rates, and it would be that kinetic energy from, like you said, the interest rate lowering right now at this point would just, it's going to send things. Everything's going to send, and it's been a long time coming. Everything's been bunched up, bound up, and waiting, and it's going to move. It is going to move, and it's going to move to the upside. It is going to move to the upside.
Yeah, absolutely. And this really shows we really do need that money printing to kick off, like quantitative easing or just much lower interest rates. We need that money printing here, because what this tells me is that nobody, at least on retail side, has the money to push into crypto and push into our ecosystems to push those prices up. So that money printing, and those printers turn on, great. But until then, we're going to be sideways like we've been for the past year, really.
And that'll also stop the recession from worsening too, because it could, if they don't print the money and leave interest rates as they are, it's the formula for the depression is what's going on right now. And if they don't get that thing, people don't understand, everybody money printing bad. Well, had they had this tool or used this tool back during the Great Depression, that wouldn't have happened. They would have been able to mitigate it to some point. It wouldn't have been as deep and as hard as it was when the Depression hit. So that's why they do this. And, not saying that it's a good thing, because we put ourselves in this position because of all of the, the lending and the borrowing and the spending. But it's the only solution to it. It is the only solution to it.
That's right. There's a good explanation for it. I think the best explanation is the Ray Dalio video on how the economy works. It's a great video, great animation. Everything really explains it. And even though I consider myself a pretty fiscally conservative guy, austerity is not going to save us anymore. Because if we cut the deficit, if we fix the deficit, not by increasing growth or taxation or increasing revenues to the government or anything, we just stopped the federal deficit and eliminated it by cutting spending, you would have a negative GDP for that entire year, because a big chunk of GDP actually comes from deficit spending. We would actually end up with a negative 5% GDP if we all of a sudden got conservative and did some cutting. So it's too late. It's too late to try and fix this broken system. Best thing we can do with it is just try to use what's left of it to make ourselves rich, and that way we can pack our bags and then expatriate to Thailand or something.
I got a question. Something just occurred to me, and to bring this back to HEX, do you reckon that as a microcosm, that the OA staking and cutting the issuance rate, the APY on the HEX contract, do you think that that's one step, one step further than we see the economy actually being fixed? Do you think that was the ultimate, answer? Is that by the cutting of inflation and giving it only to those that are still locked up and in the system? HEX has that answer, but the economy of the United States does not have that extra dimension, that extra thing in the bag to play, extra card to play.
I think
so go ahead, RG. You got something? Go ahead.
I think it's 4 steps. If we look at Bitcoin and what it does with the halvening, that's what it does to itself every block height that hits that close to 4-year mark or whatever, it resets itself and does that easing. And I think that HEX, the way the OA set this up, it's 4 times the amount of what it's 4 halvenings basically is what has happened here. So it's done an even better job than the code of Bitcoin has done. So the OA has actually created that effect 4 times over what the Bitcoin halvening is. And that's how I see it anyway.
And of course, you guys, it's done also with PulseX rewards as well, right? Those rewards were cut. And the way that those HEX stakes were put out there by the OA, it wasn't one big chunk. So he can play with the level of interest that we receive with these stakes over the period of time. And if EES is one of those, it brings a little bit of that yield back. Most of that HEX goes right back to the OA. Some of it goes to the people who are brave enough to stake during this period of time. It's a pretty fascinating system.
So it's like a wise Fed then, basically.
And it has options that Bitcoin doesn't.
Richard's kind of Jerome Powell right now, right? He's
a wise Fed, yes, a wise, competent Fed.
And it's an option Bitcoin doesn't have. Bitcoin, no matter what, at the block height, it happens. That's when it happens. And no matter what, and we can see the chart and what that does. Look at all the charts, all of the historical charts of Bitcoin. You put them all next to each other, and they all do exactly the same thing. After the halvening, we see the bull market come in, 18 months or so afterwards, whatever. And with what has been done here with the OA, it has options. It's given itself even more options to adjust that. and it has the option to throw that in or not throw that in, or do it at a certain level, or lower it back down, or raise it back up, or lower it back down. So having that option, I think, with the OA is brilliant on built on top of HEX, and not having it built into the code like Bitcoin. Again, proofs HEX is a better Bitcoin.
Yeah. And we know that like Richard definitely wants to be known as the guy that created or founded the best performing asset in the history of assets. And I think that this move that was made here with the OA and staking all of this HEX was a giant step towards that, because when I look at the Go Pulse right now, it says that the liquidity of HEX is just 340 million HEX. And at the current price, that's only $4 million.
That's nothing. That's nothing. That's nothing. We've seen that much go in a day. In a day, we've seen that much go in a day. So
just the last.
Hold on to your hats, folks. Hold on to your freaking hats, man.
Yeah. Just seeing what's coming through the bridge in the last couple of days here, we practically got that much. So when the money printer goes burr and some of that money comes our way, oh my God, can you imagine? Like some hexagons out there, you guys only saw this once, was like back before PulseChain, before PulseChain's launch, we saw HEX go from like 2 cents to 12 cents just in one night. What you're going to see coming up here is going to dwarf that. It's going to dwarf that.
Yeah. Hey, I'll say it again. Been saying it for freaking almost 6 years. People will be stakers. People will be waiting in line for your HEX, and you guys will be able to name the price. That is what is about to happen, and everybody's going to be looking on Ethereum, and our calling card is there. When HEX runs out over there, it's going to be on PulseChain for people to come and purchase. It will be there waiting for them. The greatest onboarding tool to PulseChain that we have is HEX. Period. End of story. They're going to see it there first. They're going to watch what it does there first, and they're going to want some of that on PulseChain. Mark my words. People are going to be standing in line for HEX. It is going to become so freaking rare, you just won't see it. It's going to be gone. People are waiting in line.
All right. Like, with like the last 5 minutes that we got here, what we should do is we should go around the panel and say, where can people find you? What do you got coming up? What do you got going on? And then maybe like, let's see, you can do perhaps like a prediction, a price prediction on your favorite coin. We can do that, or you can say, well, if you don't want to give like a price prediction, you can say, well, here's when I think the real bull run begins. So, how do that?
How about you first, Papa? You're on.
I'm on the top where I hate to be, of course.
Yes.
Right. You can find me on the What the Hex show. We're on every Thursday at 10 o'clock Hawaii time. That's, let me see, noon Pacific. And, for you East Coasties, figure it out. Otherwise, you can, if you follow me on X, then you can DM me with any problems that you may have for security situations that you have, any panicky type of situations. We want to put those to rest. Make sure you get back on the horse, face the right direction, and not losing your goodies. So that's me. And as far as what catalyst for the big thing to happen in all of crypto, I think that first rate cut, which I think is probably baked in for September meeting, that'll be something. I think that we just saw a warning shot over the bow with the bridge, the funds that just came over the bridge. Interesting things to keep us all thinking and sneaking about and debating about. You saw the ripple effect, the run up in the community, and those funds didn't even do anything yet. So I think that more of that, and of course the mailers. When the mailers hit those people's nice little hot little fingers, they'll open them up, and I think that that'll also have a huge effect on HEX and PulseChain.
Nice. You can find me at tripletdad007 on Twitter. I've been building quite a few things over the last couple of years. we've put Steakhouse out there, which is built on top of HEX. Almost everything that we've built is built on top of an RH ticker. And we're going to do a little bit of explanation and fire up a stake live tomorrow during this conference, which is awesome.
Doing it live,
baby. The other thing, you can also find me live in person at HEX meetups around the West Coast. I like to go out and visit these people 100%. If it's within 500 miles of my house, I'm a driver. I'll go. Fire up a cigar, roll down the windows, head out to the event. I agree with you, Papa. I think that September sounds like a good time frame due to the rate cuts. I know we have a ship coming in with 200,000 different things in it, or mailers in it, and I know there's a bunch of containers following that, right? This is the first of many. We have the bridged money. We have, I believe, some green candles that will follow those mailers or coincide with them. I think this is not a mailer only marketing plan. It would be a wasted opportunity if it had one facet.
All right.
Captain RG3 on all the socials. Discourse Syndicate is the channel that we stream on every Friday night. Thursdays we're doing Burn It All with cigars and crypto talk, and so you can find us there. But hey, everybody, look, it's coming. It's here. The bull run is setting in, and HEX and the PulseChain ecosystem is set up for greatness. If Bitcoin did 3 million plus X, and HEX has only done its first 10,000X, where do you think the possibilities are? HEX is better than Bitcoin, period, bar none, hands down. It beats the crap out of its technology. It just hasn't caught up yet. The marketing hasn't caught up yet. It's coming. The bow is pulled back and it's about to fire. So here's what what I'm telling everybody. Get yourself prepared for this bull market. Make sure that you know what you're doing. Get your security in place. Get everything together, because this can be life-changing wealth for you in the next year here. So get prepared. Know when your entries, your exits are, and all that good stuff. You got to do you. No financial advice. Everybody's got to do you. You do what's going to be comfortable for you to run through this bull market. And be ready. It's coming.
100%. I got a whole lot going on for me this week. Tomorrow night, I believe that we got a special X Space is going on with Tam Tam. I forget exactly what it's called, but I think it'll be like tomorrow night at 7. We're gonna be doing some X Spaces, and you'll be seeing a lot more of me this week here at Hex Week, and be seeing more of me on YouTube. I got a great YouTube video up there for anybody that is tired of hearing this narrative, this myth that, oh, there's just way too many coins out there, so we're not going to have a powerful bull run because it's all diluted. I take that myth and I just rip it into pieces, so that whenever you see somebody pushing that, you can just take this link to my YouTube video, put it right there, and I guarantee you within a few weeks, we're never going to hear this myth ever again. That's going to be over with. So check me out, Crypto Cairo Hex on YouTube. You'll be seeing a lot more of me here because of all the positive feedback I've gotten right here. Moved into this new studio. I'm going to take YouTube a lot more seriously here. And we'll also be working with Tam Tam on her Richard Hart University.
It's actually a Hexagon University.
Hexagon University, yep. So I'll be pushing that. And like as far as like when do I think things are going to get going? Yeah, I kind of agree with everybody. If they do the rate cut here in September, then absolutely that's going to happen. There's still a chance that like J-Pow could pull the rug here. Like it won't be a surprise on the day. We'll see like the CME will start declining their belief that it's going to be going down, because it's still a whole month away here. There's still a lot that can happen. But the longer they push that out, well, the more powerful the effect is going to be when it finally goes through. And one coin that I don't mind giving a prediction for, just because it's its second cycle here, I'll give a prediction on EHEX. I think that if Ethereum does what I think it's capable of doing, EHEX can easily go to $7 a coin.
Woo! That's like a 55,000X.
Stop flooding my bags, bro.
Let's go.
Nice meeting you, though.
Why so bearish?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's
could
go.
do more. Could do more, depending all on what Ethereum does there. But just thinking of Ethereum, if it went to 20,000, which I think it's very capable of doing, then absolutely HEX would be at $7.
Love it. That's a great.
I got to go clean myself up after that.
One more piece. Super bullish. Love it. One more piece. If y'all have been following the SAC, SAC. I had something for this one. The SAC trail. I don't know. Recent developments on the bridge and all that stuff. I was reminded. I just sat down and looked at this, and PulseChain Validator had a really good tweet. You often get a better deal by buying PLS and HEX by splitting your funds across stables. That is exactly. Did I not have the? That is what we saw happen with CryptoSolve's tweet. I don't know. I have it in front of me right now. About the funds and stuff that got bridged in. They got split between a few different ones. Here we go. Split between ETH, DAI, USDC, and USDT. So if anyone remembers when the clips started clipping last year, they were clipping. And I saw that. I was like, whoa, that's a very interesting point. Could we see more clips imminent? I do not know, but I'm excited to find out. Very, very fun.
$5 million came in. And remember what we said earlier, there's only $4 million of liquidity in HEX.
Left.
Exactly.
No, 55,000 X.
Well, what are your guys' opinions on what are those funds going after first in the of the RH tickers? Let's just say those are RH funds or OA funds, and they are going to buy a token in the RH ecosystem first. What is he buying first?
This is HEX week.
PulseChain.
Nope.
Gotta get PulseChain just to maneuver.
We gotta do another one of these.
PulseChain HEX. Yeah, we can't see your hat, buddy. So I'm going to do this.
I know.
I'll do this.
Yes,
for
you can do that one.
And then I'll do that. Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, he's got to buy PulseChain just for gas.
Maybe PulseChain
Didn't
first.
get some free coming over the bridge? It's probably
Yeah.
Yeah, some free, but you want to do like larger transactions with that large amount you got right there. You're going to need to buy a little bit more PulseChain than just the free giveaway.
Liberty Swap, if you see anyone bridge over hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars, please send them some PLS that can transact on our chain. That'd be great.
Hold on a second. Yeah. Does anybody want to wager that the first transaction to buy it fails because he's really cheap on the gas fees?
He set the limits too low.
Do you remember this? Do you remember that? Remember those clips?
He was bouncing between PulseX and Patias just to try to get something to go through.
Yep.
Oh, quick question here. Very timely. Suzy Q, what days are you meeting up for the mailers? RG3. Any updates on that before we go?
I have nothing. I don't know what's going on. I know that these things are supposed to be coming into the United States somewhere, and I'm on standby to donate my time to help do whatever I can. So
did you find a van for him yet?
I haven't. I don't know. I think somebody out there is looking for a van. Last
I
one
need that shirt. I need the shirt. Somebody's looking for a van. It's got a van photo on it.
You got a van?
Anybody got a van?
Isn't there, I think there's a donated van that's coming over to help out. Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Hexicans are the bestikins, man. This is what I have found out is that it's a grassroots effort. It's all volunteers. It's a foundation behind it that has put it all together. And brought Hexicans into the fold, and they've got a Telegram room that they're all chatting in to get it all done, and that's what's super cool about it is that it's Hexican effort once again going out there and making it happen, and I know Richard gets a lot of shit for well, why doesn't Richard do this and Richard do that? Richard's done his part, man. He made this stuff for everybody, and it's our deal to go out and market it to the world, to take it to the world, to stream, to teach, to educate, to make people literate in what DeFi and what Richard has done is. He's done his part. And so get off of his back, go out there and do your thing. If you're complaining, you ain't working enough. You got
That's right.
plenty.
Go out there and find that 2013 Sprinter with low gas mileage and one owner and very little rust and white, please. Thank you.
the four most powerful words in crypto. You do the work, listeners.
You do the work.
Yeah, I know RG3 and SJ have talked about and covered a lot, and that's why I want to pose the question as well. So exciting times. Maybe SJ will have an update at some point as well. They may hop on, I think Friday on the panel as well. So Hexico, if you're not bullish, I don't know what else to tell you. Watch more Hex Week. I don't know what to say.
Not bullish, you're dead.
Hope to see you down there, Susie Q, if you're going down there. Susie Q is awesome. I've seen her at every conference, the highest of stakes premieres, all that stuff.
I ran into her at a Bitcoin convention.
Yeah, she's awesome. And I brought my RH cutouts, and she was taking pictures with RH cutouts at the Hex, the highest of stakes premiere. It was pretty cool.
Hey, back to the Tam Tams space tomorrow. I'll be on there too. RG, Cairo, will see you there. It's going to be a lot of fun. Let's get everyone to show up in the community if we can. Spread the word. Tam Tam is a very positive force in our community. See her, tweeting out all the time. Yep. Great new thing. She's giving more, and we got to be there to support her.
Yep, that's right. And I can confirm she's not an AI like a lot of people think she is. She's actually a human being.
And she's onboarded some of the. I mean, she onboards dentists and doctors and surgeons, and I mean, she is an onboarding machine. When she asked to help with the spaces. She's out there just killing it, tearing it up. She's got people with big bags that have come in.
Just wait until she onboards proctologists. That'll be the shit.
I knew.
Oh, don't you wish he smoked cigars so we could have him on our show?
Papa Boner Classic. All right, everyone. That's all we got for you today. Scivive 5555, and here comes some memes. See you tomorrow.
This is the greatest thing I have ever seen in my life. This is amazing.
Hey, listen, seriously. Stop what you're doing right now and listen. It's important. People are getting rich right now. Truly rich. And you could be one of them. You need to see how people are becoming millionaires with HEX.com. HEX's launch phase ends on November 19th, and there's still time to get involved. HEX can make you truly wealthy. Go to HEX.com to find out more. That's HEX.com right now.
HEX.com